Oh, I totally enjoyed that last video. I was having fun talking about all that. I hope you enjoyed it too. But it's good to have fun in life, and it's also good to remember to cultivate fun and to try to have a good time, because if you're enjoying life and you're having fun and you're cultivating fun, I mean, like, this is another thing towards which you could set an intention. You could set an intention that, hey, I'm going to cultivate fun in my life. I'm going to cultivate fun when I'm working. I'm going to cultivate fun when I'm not working. I'm just going to cultivate fun. Like, let's have a good time. And that's easy to forget about, particularly in our culture and Western culture, American culture, particularly. We're very task-oriented and time-sensitive, and we're achievement and results-oriented. And it's great to be able to get things done and to be, task-oriented and time-sensitive and to use your time well. But it's not so great if you're just always droll and serious and miserable and unhappy and you're just stressed out. Like, you also want to set that intention to have fun. And this could seem like a lot, right? Like, I'm giving you a lot of information, but make notes. Listen to it, write it down, set the different intentions. Like, you want to set that intention to go from dependence to independence, from being a victim mentality where you're blaming the world for stuff and you don't feel like you have a sense of self-efficacy, to being empowered and feeling like you're in the driver's seat of your life and you're making things happen and you could make decisions for your life and you could say what's in and what's out and who's in and who's out and how things are going to go. Having that sense of empowerment, right? You want to make that intention that you move psychologically along that continuum towards being more skillful, towards being more independent, autonomous, free, sovereign. You want to move towards that. Set that intention. You want to set that intention. And then you also want to set the intention of, like, enjoying it. Like, have a good time. Because, I think Dr. Seuss said this, right? Like, if you're not having fun, you're not having fun. Like thing one and thing two, something along those lines. But you want to set the intention to have a good time in life. And it's all too easy, all too frequently, at least in this culture, to be droll and serious and not have a good time, but to give people the benefit of the doubt, to have fun, to be direct, to be honest, to be straightforward, to talk truthfully with people, to share your perspective, because you get to share your perspective. You get to share your perspective and just be like, this is my perspective, right? And you have that right to share your perspective. And I'm emphasizing this because I was in a meeting today and it's like, people equivocate and they hem and haw and they don't just share what they think needs to happen. It's just like, just share what needs to happen. We could have differences, let's discuss them, but that's how we're going to arrive at the best solution. So setting the intention to have fun, like, that's another really good thing to do. So you want to set these intentions in your life and you want to be like, okay, that's what I'm working towards. That's my goal. You want to have goals in life. I want to go in that direction. You want to have a direction that you're going. And I want to cultivate a life where I'm having a good time, where I'm having fun, whether I'm at work or whether I'm hanging out with people. That doesn't mean it's like, laughing and uproarious all of the time. It could be really nice. You could have a really good time in a really calm way. You could be like today, or like when I go swimming, right? Like, I love it. I love just sitting in my little I have this Tommy Bahama beach chair that I got from Costco, and it's like one of those low ones closer to the ground. It's pretty colors, and it's got a little pillow, and it's got backpack straps for when you're carrying it. You fold it up, clip it together, put on your backpack straps. But I was sitting in it after swimming yesterday. It was raining while I was swimming, and I was sitting over the building. There's like this thing, the roof comes out a little bit. So I was sitting there so it wasn't raining on me while my kids were finishing up. And I'm sitting in my chair, and it's just like paradise, man. It's like being in Hawaii. It's so beautiful. It's just nature. It's incredible, this existence. And then like today, I went to watch my daughter play volleyball after being at the college before coming here. And I'm sitting in the shade of a tree in my Tommy Bahama chair, and it's just like, I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful. There's so much to be thankful for. And it's like, it's beautiful. And you could have fun in that and you could really feel that sense of peace and appreciation and gratitude, right? Like enjoying life, not in a big uproarious party way, which is also good, right? Some of the time, but in that peaceful, calm, grateful way, also just sitting there and being like, oh, I'm so grateful for all of this. And so you want to set those intentions in life. You want to set the intention to become more skillful towards more independence, autonomy, freedom, sovereignty, empowerment. You want to set that intention. You want to set the intention to enjoy life. Like set that intention. It's your life. Define it. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy life. I want to have joy, right? Like set that intention, set those intentions, because then you have that goal. You have that goal and you have a direction to move, right? And when you know where you're going, you're more likely to get there. Because if you just don't know where you're going, who knows where you're going to end up, right? Like you might end up in a good place, but chances are you probably aren't going to end up in a good place because the human mind's a little bit tricky. And the human mind has all these different things that comes with it. And some of them, they could all be helpful if you know how to work with them. But if you don't know how to work with some of the things of the human mind, like the negativity bias, that's a wonderful psychological insight that the field of psychology has discovered. The negativity bias is such a profound and important thing to know about the human mind. You can look it up, the negativity bias. It's a known thing about the human mind. I'll tell you a little bit about it here in a second. But if you don't know these things about the human mind left to its own devices can take you to bad places. So you have to know that the human mind has this negativity bias, and that we came by it honestly, right? It's part of our evolution because our ancestors are the survivors, and that's a beautiful thing actually. Like you are the forefront of this lineage of survivors. Everybody before you, all of your ancestors, they survived long enough to pass on their genetic code, to have offspring. They were the survivors. They survived long enough to finally have produced and created you. You are the forefront, the tip of the spear of this long lineage of survivors. You are a survivor. You're a survivor, right? This long lineage of survivors. You're a survivor. You're a survivor. You come from survivors. You're a survivor. Like that is amazing right there. But part of the human mind that allowed humans to survive is the negativity bias. So what is the negativity bias? The negativity bias is the predisposition that the mind has all through evolution. This is what evolved to look for what is wrong and what could go wrong. Is there going to be a tiger in that cave? Are we going to have enough wood for winter, right? Is this roof going to collapse with snow? Are we going to have enough food? Are we close enough to water? Like, is the fire going to stay lit? Like, looking for what could go wrong kept humans alive. And the people that were too relaxed and too lackadaisical, they were like, there's probably not a tiger in that cave. They got removed from the gene pool, right? But the people who are hypervigilant and who are looking out for what was wrong and what could go wrong, who developed this negativity bias, looking for what's wrong and what could go wrong, those are the ones who survived. And that's a great blessing because they all survived. But if you don't know about the negativity bias, right, it can bring you down. It can bring you down because that is part of our million-year-old mind through evolution to look for what is wrong and what could go wrong. And that's why, like, you could have like 1,000 positive comments on something that you posted on social media, and then one person could like crap talk you. They could crap talk you, and you would just be like, you wouldn't even think about the positives. You'd just kind of be, if you aren't aware of the human mind, what the human mind has a predilection to do is to focus on what's wrong and look at what's wrong and be like, how could that person say that? I can't believe that person said that. I thought that person was my friend, and that's the negativity bias. And if you don't know about the negativity bias, you fall prey to it. But if you do know about it, you could compensate for it. You could discount the negative, you could give less emphasis to the negative, and you could give more emphasis to the positive. So when negativity comes up, you could discount it. You could give it less emphasis, less credence, and you could also consciously cultivate more positivity and overemphasize the positive and really look for the positive. And that's why a gratitude practice is so powerful. It's like, I'm so grateful for so many things, because then you're cultivating that positive perspective and you're counterbalancing the negativity bias. Super good to know. All right, didn't realize I was going to say all that, but it's all really good to say, and it's really valuable information that has greatly benefited my life. And I was completely blessed to have learned everything I just shared. And so I also feel gratitude to have shared that with you because it's a really powerful thing to know everything I just shared. So here in this video, we're going to talk about the college schedule explained. We're going to talk about semesters, quarters, and workload planning. I was just checking my clock because I got a meeting at 4 o'clock. It means we've got 20 minutes. And so this is just what you want to know from this video. Like when you go to college, things are broken up into semesters or quarters. Some colleges do quarters, and a semester is going to last like 15 to 18 weeks. That would be awesome if I was at a college or university that did 15-week semesters, because then that'd be like 6 weeks less I have to work each year at the college or university. But the college I'm at does 18-week semesters, but it's broken up into 15 to 18-week semesters. The final week is going to be finals week, where you take your final exam, and then with semester system, you're going to have a fall semester and you're going to have a spring semester. And then there will also be a summer semester. So it's just good to know that, some colleges, some universities use the semester system, and some colleges and universities use the quarter system. The quarter system breaks the year up into quarters. So you have fall, winter, spring, and summer, versus semesters, you just have fall, spring, summer, right? So fall, winter, spring, summer. You get this winter one in here with the quarter system. And the quarter system does 4 quarters a year. You can kind of see how they're they're laid out right there, the fall quarter, the winter quarter, the spring quarter, the summer quarter. And in a quarter system, you move faster through the classes, so they go like every 10 weeks, and you take fewer courses per term. So to get a bachelor's degree, you need to do about 15 units every semester. So there's 15 winter or fall and spring, so that's 30. And then you do that for 4 years, 120. And each class is like 3 units. So in the semester system, you're doing 5 classes every semester, 3 units a class. That's 15 units a semester. You do that for 8 semesters, 4 years, 2 semesters each year. You do that for 8 semesters, which is 4 years, and 8 times 15 is 80 plus 5 times 8 is 40, 80 plus 40 is 120. So 120 units to get your bachelor's degree. You want to try to get your bachelor's degree with the bare minimum, right? Like no need to do extra work. Don't do extra work. Get it, get done, get on. Move to the next thing, right? So don't take extra classes. Get with your academic counselor and figure out, okay, these are the classes I need to take. Don't waste time taking extraneous classes. And then really, get through it and get on to that master's degree and that MD degree or that doctorate degree or whatever higher degree you go for. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. Like send me a message, like, in 4 years and 6 years and 8 years that you got your PhD, that you got your MD, that you got your master's degree. I want to hear about your success. Share that success. Tell me about it. It makes me excited. So that's how the semester system works. You're going to do in the semester system generally speaking, 5 classes a semester. And you should expect, to spend for each class, you should expect to spend, I'm just thinking about this here for a minute, 15, you should expect to spend 3 hours per class per week outside of class. So that's like 40 to 45 hours a week outside of class. Maybe with the class, but 3 hours a week per class is actually really good. It's going to take about that. And then you also have to go to classes. So it's actually really intense, and it's a rite of passage. And there's a bit of hazing in the sense that it's going to make you work hard. It's going to make you work hard. But this is what separates the wheat from the chaff. So the wheat is the good stuff, and the chaff is just like all the stuff you want to throw away that doesn't have the value. And this is what separates the wheat from the chaff. This is what separates those who achieve from those who do not achieve. You're starting to distinguish yourself and separate yourself from the masses. You're starting to do that which most people don't do, so you can achieve that which most people don't achieve, right? You're starting to show like, look, I could get things done, I can manage time, I could work effectively. You're learning those skills by trial, in the fire. You're learning it. That's part of why college and university exists. You go to college and university, and it's like a lot of work, and it takes time, and you have to figure out how to optimize and work faster and work smarter and get things done and manage your time well. And that's part of what school is teaching you through experience. Like they give you all this work and it's like, get it done. Let's see if you can get it done. And those who get it done, they get the pass key. That's what it is. That's what a degree is. It's a pass key to the middle class. And if they do it again in graduate school, master's degree, doctorate degree, MD degree, that's a pass key to the upper middle class and upper class. And so degrees are pass keys. They open the doors to the better life, to the better paychecks, right? And so this is what you get. This is what you get. If you figure out how to get through this gauntlet. It is very much a gauntlet, and you need to know that. It's a challenge, and you have to be ready to face that challenge. Like classes, you're gonna have to go to classes, and then it's gonna take you 3 hours a week, at least. I would maybe do a little bit more. 3 hours a week, every class. You got 5 classes. That's 15 hours a week. No, let's do more than that. Let's do like 5 hours a week. 5 hours a week for 5 classes, 25 hours. 6 hours a week. 6 hours a week for 5 classes is 30 hours a week. Let's go for that. 6 to 7 hours a week per class. That's way better. I was thinking 3 was a little bit short. 7 hours a week for 5 classes is 35 hours a week. But this is like a job. It's your job to prepare you for your job. And if you do this job well, where you're getting prepared for the job, you will get that job that you're being prepared for. But you got to do the work. So just think of it like your job, do the work, show up. And if you don't want to spend your 40 hours, 45 hours, 50 hours a week working at this job, you could always go wash dishes. But then you're not going to get paid as much. So this is how semesters work, right? 15 to 18 weeks and 5 classes, and then quarter system. It's good to know about it, that it goes faster and there are fewer classes, but still it all kind of works out the same. There's some useful information right here. If you want to pause this video right here, you could read through it. I'm going to read through it actually. Typically 1 credit hour is 1 hour in class per week plus 2 hours outside of class. So they're saying, if it's three unit class, you would have 3 hours a week in class and 6 hours a week outside of class. And so they're saying 6 hours outside of class every week, right? Because for one would be 1 in and 2 out, 2 would be 2 in and 4 out, 3 would be 3 in and 6 out, right, is what that looks for. So 3-unit class would be 3 hours in class and 6 hours of homework and study, which is 9 hours total per week. And if you have 5 classes, that's 45 hours. So that's the right breakdown right there. And then we have the semester system is going to be 15 credits is what I recommend. Just do it, rock and roll, so you could get through it. Or you could do 12 and then also just always do summer school, so you could keep it a little bit lighter. That might be good, actually. That might be good. And then just also do summer school. So 12 to 15 credits per semester. So that would be 4 to 5 classes a semester. And then a rule of thumb is 1 credit hour equals 3 hours of total work per week. And so 3 would be 9. Does that work out? Yep, that's exactly the same. And 15 credits would be 45 hours weekly commitment. So you got to plan for that. So a lot of good stuff in this video. Is a little bit of a longer video, but I think it was really valuable. A lot of really good information. And the main takeaway here is, just to be aware of that. That's the primary purpose of this video, semester versus quarter. But we also talked about a ton of other stuff, which was incredibly valuable. So go back through, watch this video, make great notes. Listen to this video over and over and over again. Start to immerse your mind in this material. When I was young, I kid you not, for 2 years, I really wanted to learn this certain philosophy. And for 2 years, I listened to the same, it was like maybe 8 hours long, this training. I listened to it for 2 years, over and over and over, just driving, walking. Whenever I could listen to it, I'd listen to it. It was on mindset and building a more skillful mindset, and I thought this was so good. I just listened to it for 2 years. All right, so that's the college schedule explained, semesters, quarters, and workload planning. There's some good information in there about, getting a work-oriented, empowered mindset. And this is all going to help you on your journey as a student in college and university and also in life.